Welcome back to another edition of Nourie's Niche. Working on some real basic flatland tricks for the old and the young and everyone in between. Ooh, oh, jeez. Today's trick is a bit of a stretch for me, but I like to do that because, that's what it's all about. Pushing yourself, right? Get to the point where you feel pretty good, and then it's like, where else can you go from here? So I'm going to do a cherry bomb, which is a backwards pedal picker into upside down. And I used to do this back in the day quite a bit. And you don't see me doing it very much these days because it's not super consistent. But I figure I should do a how-to on it, and then someone else can take it on and master it and maybe do some variations from it. It's definitely a trick that's going to require coaster brake. You could probably do a variation of it with freewheel, but I'm not sure how that's going to really work. I'm sure somebody does a backwards pedal picker with freewheel. I've always had coaster brake, so I just go into it by stepping on the coaster brake, throwing the bars between my legs. So that's how I'm going to demonstrate it and teach it today. And I'll do it one more time. I usually do it a couple times, but I don't think it's super consistent. So hopefully I can nail it one more time for you, and then I'll break it down into kind of 3 basic steps to consider and to think about to get it down and to understand what all's going on. So coaster brake, pretty essential for this one. And yeah, I'll just leave it at that. We'll get into it and then we'll go from there. So I don't think I'm going to talk through it because I have to concentrate. I'll talk through it afterwards. I just want to do it. I just want to pull a clean one. All right, so here we go. Oh gosh, super sketchy. But I did it. Okay, good. I didn't touch. And I pulled it off for you. So that is a cherry bomb. And it's not too difficult. I think you can get this in probably 4 or 5 sessions if you have a coaster brake and you just practice it at it. The simple version is all you need to really be able to do is a little bit of an indo. And you're going to set your crank so that when you go back on the indo, your coaster brake is on. So I usually put it maybe about that position. If it's too low here, you can still do it. It's just going to be a little harder to get that momentum up and to lock it in. So again, this will be really hard to like do it in slow motion or break it down, but I'm going to just do my best to describe it. So setting your pedals is essential. And again, I would say we're right about there so that when it comes up into the pedal picker, you're really on the coaster brake, as opposed to if it was just level, maybe like so. You could still do it, but when you start to hop, that brake might release, and we really don't want that. So for safety sakes, especially, have the crank arm about so. So I set my pedals, and then what I do is I take my left hand and I turn it around backwards, and I actually do the indo by grabbing with my 3 fingers, either my 2 fingers or my 3 fingers, to do a little indo. And right as I come up, I'm up to about here, I let go of my right hand and I grab, I think it's usually my fork. Yeah, I grab my fork. Or is it my head tube? I have to watch that. I have to do another one then. I'm pretty sure it's the fork. And then I throw the bars underneath, and then I take this arm off and I grab the other one. Then I hop and I wedge my foot inside of here. Some people would do backwards pedal picker and both feet on the pedals. I wedge my foot in. And then to come out of it, you could just drop back down like that and kind of ride out like that. But honestly, I'm not very consistent at that. So I always went back to upside down. And that's what is, I would call the cherry bomb. Pedal picker into upside down. So to do the upside down, since your foot is wedged in here, I go to the pegs and I twist. I basically come out by just twisting, take my left leg off, twist my body around, and drop it down like so. Now, what's funny is my bars are straight. I don't come out of this trick as well with my bars straight. I'm used to coming out of this trick with my bars backwards, and I turn, grab the brake, and drop it out. So if you notice, it wasn't as clean, and that's partly because my bars are here. So I could maybe do that, but then there's chances of touching and then come out easier like so. But typically when I drop it from the cherry bomb, from the backwards pedal picker into upside down, I generally just have my bars like so, where they're straight. And then because I'm not going to grab the back brake, I just have to be able to pull it without brakes. So I'm going to slowly tip it up, grab it, drop it down. Actually, that one was a lot cleaner than I did earlier. So it can be done. It's just a little bit more thoughtfulness coming out of it. So I'm going to go through that part again, kind of the third part. So you drop down like that. I usually would set my pedals, and I'm going to go lean it back, keep my foot wedged, turn my bar. So right there, I'm like, I don't have a back brake, so I have to keep my foot on the tire for as long as I can, then take my right hand, go to the bar, and then unwind and go to the pedal. And I'm sure there's other ways of coming out of that, but that's just how I have always done it. So first step is really simply an indo, throw the bars underneath, making sure that your crank is at least in this position, right? So when you're on the indo, you're just all in the coaster brake. I mean, when you come out of the indo, all in the coaster brake, tuck the bar under. I have to do it again because I don't actually know. Did I grab my fork or did I grab my peg at first? I think I grabbed my fork. So that means I have to do a third one and pull it for you. That's really challenging. Pressure's on. I gotta do something else just to mess around. Okay. All right. Let's watch the hand position when I get up in there. So, boom. Yep. Okay, did you see how I went fork, and then pegs? And this is the part where I have to really concentrate to ride out without the brake. Oh, I try to stall a little bit so I could get my foot around to the peg. That felt pretty good. I actually did. I pulled 2 or 3 of them without touching. So yeah, that's it. Maybe we'll go through it one more time because there's a lot going on. Coaster brake set, like so. No, that's still a little low. About so. Hands underneath to grab the front brake. Throw the bars underneath. And initially, I grabbed the fork. But if you can grab the peg, that's great. I probably grabbed the fork because it's a little bit less of a stretch. But as you notice, I grabbed the fork for just a minute. Then I went right to the pegs. Actually, I didn't have my hands like this. I had my hands like this. My foot is wedged like so. Hop, hop, hop. And I used to do like no-handed and spin the bars. Maybe that'll come back if I work on it more, where I get really comfortable doing the backwards pedal picker, standing straight up and down so that I can spin the bars. But grab the pegs to drop out of it, and I simply unwind, and my foot ends up there. This foot's off. Then I put the foot there, pedal around, and then this part, which is always fun because there's no brake, and then right out. So that is the cherry bomb. I made that trick up, I think, or that combination up probably 85. There was like a 2-page spread that they put in, like a sequence shot, which was pretty cool. Way back when I think I was wearing Lysa Beach pants, probably. So work on that. It will be a fun one, and hope you get it. I would say give yourself some time to get that trick down, because it's going to take a little bit. And thanks as always for watching. I appreciate all the enthusiasm and all the comments and feedbacks. I'm hearing great stories about riders and getting some good pictures that people have shared from times that we've met, maybe when I was on Haro or just other events that I've been at over the years. So I really appreciate seeing all that stuff. And I'm just going to continue to build this channel, help to grow BMX, do some clinics. I'll be traveling around doing some stuff. Going to go to Houston in February, so that should be an awesome contest. Hopefully we'll see you there. And thanks for watching.